Scoliosis. What is it? Do we need to correct it? How do you correct it? What can it do for you? I'm going to share with you a little bit about it, what scoliosis actually is first. It's an abnormal curve of the spine. So this here is Charlie. Charlie is not a former patient. Charlie's a plastic model of the human spine. And when you look at the spine from the back, it needs to be perfectly straight. If you look at it from the side, it does have curves to it. But from the back, it should be perfectly straight. But if you have a scoliosis, for example, an abnormal curve in the thoracic spine, it may actually look like that, where it's curving to the side. Well, you go, is that problematic? I don't know. It could be, it may not be. So one of the things we really look for is what's causing that abnormal curvature. Because a lot of times if there's abnormal pressure on the brainstem at the top of the spine or somewhere else, the human innate, the wisdom of the body, the part of you that wants to always make sure you are promoting survival and health and wellness, that intelligence that lives inside of you will try to wind, curl, and twist the spine to reduce tension. So the tension could be up here at the top of the spine, where the atlas, the first bone, may be misaligned, putting pressure on the brainstem. Well, the body will say, if I bend and twist and curl the spine, I reduce that tension. And so sometimes I've noticed when we adjust the very top, take pressure off, this may start to unwind. Pelvic unleveling is part of it. So if you're looking at someone, let's say you're looking at a child 13 years old, literally a lot of scoliosis is discovered in the early teens and adolescent years, and thinner females tend to have more scoliosis. So the way they screen them in schools is they have you bend over, and if when you bend, your upper back is uneven, it's not flat, they say you probably have scoliosis. Unfortunately, that's not a great way to figure it out, because there's other curves in the spine that you wouldn't see. The best way to do it is to get an x-ray. X-rays will really tell us how much it is. Also, more than 15 degrees is considered true scoliosis, but I've seen a lot of people have less than a 15-degree scoliosis curve, and they still have a lot of pain and problems. And then I see some people who have 30, 40-degree curves who don't have problems and shouldn't be interfered with. And so that's where the chiropractor comes into play, the expert. Now, down the road, I think we're going to do another video where I'll show you some x-rays, pre and post x-rays, and dig deeper into this, and make sure you look out for that. But today I want to tell you, bottom line, look at the posture of the person you care about or your own posture. If the shoulders are level and the hips are level and the skull is level, then there's a chance that things are working well. Now, there are times where I have some abnormal curves in the spine, and when we run a computerized scan, like a thermography scan or a surface electromyogram, the nerves are firing properly, the muscle resting tone is balanced, and that's when we go, let's not mess with it, because this person's doing okay. I did have a patient a while back. This was a 14-year-old who is a world-class swimmer. Literally, she was swimming at speeds that were approaching world records. She was gonna be an Olympic swimmer. She was gonna compete and do great things. But she had this massive shoulder pain and she had scoliosis. Her mother brought her in and told me all about her, and we did a full history. She said she'd been to orthopedists and they had worked on the shoulder. She had been to physical therapists, they had worked on the shoulder. It hadn't helped her. She always had pain when she would swim, but she could swim really fast and she did really well performance-wise. Now, she came in and we looked at her spine and I found a curve. I believe the curve was around 23, 24 degrees. And then we were able to reduce it to under 15 degrees. It took us 3 months to go from 23 degrees to less than 15 degrees. Now, I thought she'd be pretty happy. Her shoulder pain disappeared because the spinal curve was corrected. But here's what happened. Her swim time decreased. They came in and the mother was just literally yelling at me, going, what did you do to my daughter? You ruined her future. She can't swim as fast as she used to. She was a quarter second slower than she used to be. Literally 3 months before, she was having all this shoulder pain, which was keeping her from being able to swim properly anyway. So my point is this: sometimes when we correct that abnormal curvature, we change the biomechanics of the body. When it comes to a high-level athlete like that, she now has to get used to using her body that's different than what it used to be. I didn't see this patient ever again. They were upset with me because I helped the scoliosis and took away the shoulder pain, but the swim time went down. But I have a feeling that swim time went right back up, and in fact, it probably got even better. It's like a golfer who's trying to change their swing. When you first change your swing in golf, your game drops a little bit. Then you get used to that swing, and then you go past the old plateau that you were at. Either way, chiropractic does help scoliosis, especially with aches and pains of scoliosis. People who have scoliosis tend to get headaches. They tend to have tension in the neck and shoulders. a lot of pain between the shoulder blades, that sharp stabbing pain you get between the shoulder blades. Sometimes that's because of abnormal curvature. Also, the ribs actually tend to get misaligned around the spine, and that can cause a lot of pain. Scoliosis, when untreated, can restrict chest expansion, which causes you to have shortness of breath as well. So some of these people actually have asthma-like symptoms when they are not adjusted by a chiropractor. And then obviously posture, there's an aesthetic part to it where you want to look better. You don't want one shoulder higher than the other. You don't want that humpback. Either way, chiropractic is beneficial for you. If you're concerned about scoliosis, find a chiropractor or contact us. Make sure you share this video. Make sure you like it, subscribe, and comment so you know what's coming up next. And we'll be able to look at your comments and respond as well. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.